Hey guys, it was Razor Eagle here. So you're aware, those of you who have watched the constructing Geartank tutorials will recognize this guy right in front. As Geartank Fire Height. This is Justin Sykes here, coming to you with the first of the few episodes in a mini-series. As per the title of this video, we will be covering Wisp in the Gears. We will basically be doing playbacks of stuff that our good friend Sal Aragon Mander has done to pull out his particular favorites. So, without further ado, let us begin. Wisp in the Gears, Part 1. Will of the Wisp's Origin.
Many a tale. Gods, celestial beings. At one point or another, these strange beings have walked among us in many a tale in every culture. However, such things came to be commonplace. I think that no one will ever decipher the mystery as to why the gods have walked among us in so many different cultures and areas. All we know is that in almost every known theistic culture, these entities have walked among man at one point or another. Some flat out deny that deities exist, that we're the result of evolution over millions of years, when in fact there is no evidence to support these claims. Unfortunately, we cannot be certain of how old the universe really is, nor can we prove it. There's simply too much trash keeping us from knowing what is and isn't true. The mysteries of the universe may never be solved. I have heard too many tales to say with certainty and genuine belief that gods or goddesses do not exist. Now learn a tale about a goddess who simply wished to be considered human. A blacksmith gazed upon his newborn daughter with uncertainty. When mention was made that his daughter would be the perfect sacrifice, the smith declared that his daughter's destiny was only to be decided by the girl herself or her parents, no one else. Years later, the blacksmith lay on his deathbed. While speaking his final words, the smith and his daughter are killed in the surrounding structure, burned to the ground to bury their dead bodies. Unbeknownst to the killers, they had done nothing more than cause a paranormal event to occur. The girl haunted this site for a few thousand years before her burial place was finally disturbed. It was Sunday, October 23rd, 2033. A 6-foot blonde-haired young man of 35 turned to his wife and asked, "Why do we have our house built on a notoriously haunted site again?" Eliza Diegmann, in response, simply rolled her eyes at her husband in amusement. The following day, as Benjamin Talon Diegmann is waiting for his wife and youngest daughter to return home from school, Liz dies in a car crash, while her daughter turns up missing. The incident appears in the news in striking detail. All Hallows Eve, a creature of unknown origin shows up at Ben's back door. Frightened, the creature immediately runs to Ben, seeking comfort from someone not at all properly comprehending the situation. Ben's son, Talon Reptile, appears shortly thereafter. Upon seeing the creature, he asks calmly, "Can I kill it?" The creature responds at first with shock, then cold terror, running off and locking herself in the room which once housed Talon's baby sister. Ben responded, "Can you possibly terrorize your sister any worse than threatening to kill her?" Talon shot back, "That was not my sister." Ben proceeded to lecture his son on why the creature currently barricaded in Jasmine's room, was in fact the original occupant. Talon attributed the creature to being a demon or a hallucination. Ben stated, "A demon couldn't have had that reaction. Your question, it was too sudden. Only Jasmine could have had that kind of a reaction." Ben continued along that vein for a little longer, ending with the fact that his son was taught to be better than that. Days, then weeks, and finally months passed, and extraterrestrials finally arrived on Earth. One particular specimen, who identified himself as Geartank Firehite, expressed interest in Jasmine and her family. The day was October the 1st, 2034. Jazz and Geartank get married. The Gearbots, as Geartank refers to his species, get settled on Earth and assimilate themselves into society, posing as ordinary, if overly advanced, robots. October 30th, 2035. Jasmine Teresa Diegmann passes on to the next life. Cause of death, unknown. Funeral to be held on All Hallows Eve. Firehite and Diegmann families to be in attendance. Noting Raven Diegmann's apparent guilt over unknown subject. Terminate memory recall sequence. For Gear Wisp. Loading Valmar memory recall sequence.
Alright, now that that's had a chance to sink in, all things considered, sorry about the occasional guttural noises, but Sal can't exactly help himself. He just spaces right over them. He's so used to them. Me, I prefer to keep things quite simple. I have the same problem. Sal and I, we get nervous when speaking in front of the camera or just talking to anyone, really. Now then, I don't know about the rest of you lot, but I'm pretty sure that Sal did a good job on that one. Now, all things considered, as far as that last bit, sounding like a robot summarizing everything, that should tell you who the narrator of the story is. Geartank. Sal will probably fill you guys in on who Geartank is and all that in a later video, when he goes through and explains the various characters who pop up in these various episodes. Geartank's a secondary character, by the way. But on the bright side, at least you guys got an idea of what he looks like. In the meantime, this is Justin Sykes of Razor Eagle, signing off. gEARaLPHA.